Hey everyone, it's Chris Loud. Today I'm sharing 3 quick abstract painting exercises that boosted my mood and got me out of my head. We'll start with thumbnail sketches, then move into a couple of larger warm-ups with loose marks, acrylic layering, and just reacting to what's in front of me. There was no overthinking allowed. These are perfect if you're feeling stuck or just want a fun warm-up before a bigger painting session. At the end, I'll share close-ups, the finished pieces, and a couple of extra examples from this week. And in the very last one, I started noticing 2 different animals depending on the orientation. So let me know in the comments if you see them. These rough, messy, sketch-like paintings aren't just fun. They help us loosen up. They help us let go of control and play with composition in a freeing way. And the best part is they're quick, so they work as a daily warm-up or a fast mood boost. The second demo after these thumbnails was my favorite, so we'll see what you think of that one. So this first exercise is one of my favorite warm-ups. I'm quickly doing 6 3x3-inch thumbnail sketches in about 15 minutes. And then I'll jump into the larger pieces. So I started brushing on quick swatches of cadmium yellow medium with a little titanium white. I had no plan, just filling space with color. And then I'm bringing in Mars Black acrylic paint with a wooden stick, a color shaper, a very small color shaper, and a black Sharpie gel pen, just to lay down some quick sketch-like marks. And there was, really there was no main goal other than to react to what I was seeing. Whether, that turns into something abstract, representational, or, somewhere in between. There's no pressure, no right or wrong. By the end of the 15 minutes, I've got 6 unique little compositions. Sometimes, you get a good idea or two, and many times you get nothing. You just painted, and that's okay. So I really started laying some of these marks down, and the one I'm working on now, with using black and yellow, at some point I thought some kind of bee would probably emerge, just subconsciously it would be put down, and that's exactly kind of what happened with this one. Just looking at some of the marks I put down, that's what it reminded me of, a bee. So I kind of went that direction. So obviously I'm going a little more representational here with that one, and I'll continue to work on that. And that was my favorite piece of these little thumbnails. But all of them have their own kind of values with as far as composition go. And I really was not planning anything. I was just making marks and reacting, and then stepping back and looking and seeing what I could do to maybe enhance those and play with composition a little bit. And, try and make a little bit of interest. Some of them I think are kind of interesting, and some of them, are a little bland. And that's kind of the hidden bonus of doing thumbnails like this. You're practicing composition without even realizing it. Each tiny square forces us to think about balance and movement and focal points in a really condensed space in a short amount of time. And, these are sped up, so you're not seeing when I pause and consider what's in front of me. I just look like I'm going full speed. But the more you do things like this, the more you start noticing what works, where you need more breathing room, more space, and where you need more contrast. And those skills carry on to bigger paintings. So I went ahead and brought in a little bit of orange here to play with this bee. And I could have removed that line that was kind of connecting, kind of grounding the bee, but I decided to leave it. I actually kind of like that there. And before I forget, I want to give a quick shout out to Joe and Nora. Thank you so much for your recent Super Thanks donations. Your generosity really makes a difference and helps keep this channel going. So thank you very much. So all of these have some kind of competition. composition. I guess they're competing with each other, but they all have some kind of composition and focal point. They might not be real obvious on these, but I tried to have something that that would stand out a little bit. So these, this is kind of a vertical in this orientation, a vertical composition. Again, kind of a horizontal composition, maybe kind of a stacking composition. And this was by far my favorite of those thumbnails. So the second demo, I'm starting with a fine tip applicator, and I'll use a brayer to thin and move some of that paint around. And once I got that, a variety of lines and shapes, I did a mix of Naples yellow and titanium white and layered that over parts of the surface, letting some of the black show through. And then again, I'll make some more marks with black paint using the stick and the Sharpie gel pen to kind of bring some of that out in the forefront again. One of the reasons I love this type of exercise is that it forces me to let go of control. You can't get real precise, ruler straight lines with a stick dipped in paint. Even if it's a really straight stick. And one of the sticks I was using here was a wooden skewer that you might use for like shish kebabs. So it was pretty straight, had a nice point to it. But that's kind of the point of this is you're making these marks and you don't have a lot of control over those. So, the wobble, the scratchy texture, the unexpected blobs that show up and drop, those can lead to something more interesting than what we might have had in our mind when we were working on this. And it's a good reminder that, in art, sometimes the best thing we can do is step back and let the materials that we're using kind of take the lead. And to add energy, I'm using orange and yellow acrylic marker, one of each, for little splashes of brightness and help with a focal point. And then I'm also bringing in a light gray blue acrylic marker in a few spots to balance the warmth with a cooler tone. These are the Artex acrylic markers, and what I love about using these is that they're easy to blend, and you can get a lot of the paint out very quickly. So you can see that I'm putting some of that down, and then I'm using my finger to blend it a little bit and push it around. And they have such vibrant colors. And then really, I'm looking at this and I can see kind of a focal point already, but this was intuitive and just playful. So even though I do see a bit of a focal point, and I think it'll become more pronounced here, it wasn't something that I was necessarily concentrating on at this point. At this point, I was just, again, making marks and seeing what this stick was going to lay down for me when I started putting paint and kind of rubbing that around and making textures. And so for this third demo, and like I said, I think this is my favorite of the week so far. I started the same way with loose black marks using a stick and a gel pen and also a brayer briefly. But instead of going straight into, with a Naples yellow, I also decided to do a mix of light olive green and Naples yellow and then titanium white, at least for the first layer over top of these marks. And this is really, I find, to be such a fun and almost meditative act of laying marks down with a stick and then using a pen and just kind of scribbling, almost doodling. So once I start putting this down, I'll bring in some more orange and yellow acrylic marker to give that pop. And I think that really pulls this painting together. And I think that olive green changes the mood completely with those colors. So it's more earthy and grounded, but it still feels playful because of the loose lines and you know, those unexpected color pops that I'm about to put down. And here's where, you know, the mood boosting I think happens. You know, these short kind of playful exercises let you explore without pressure. We're not, you know, trying to finish a masterpiece. We're simply making marks, adding color, and reacting in the moment. So all we have to do is show up and touch paint to the surface. That freedom feels really good. I mean, it's pretty energizing, and it's the kind of process that can turn, you know, a stressful day around in just minutes. So here I'm putting that orange down, and I think this one, again, with that green, that light olive green, really makes this orange pop a lot more than it did in the previous piece, where I just had the Naples yellow. And I'll continue to kind of tinker with this one a little bit. I really like where it was already, but I just kept feeling like there was a little bit more to pull out of this. So I'm also putting down a little bit of this kind of light turquoise blue, just to give a little bit more cool colors in there, and just in, you know, little dashes of it. Now I brought in a little bit of charcoal here, and then I'll bring in a little bit more black paint, because I felt like there was one area that if I laid down some black paint, it was really going to help those orange areas, which I think are the main focal point to this, really going to make those pop. And, you know, trying with a stick, and again, it's hard to be precise, so I went ahead and grabbed a little tiny flat brush. I think it was a number 2, probably a number 4 flat brush, and brought a little bit of black paint down in here. So I'm going to show you some close-ups here. So here's why I think these quick exercises make such a difference in my mood and in my art. You know, they're fast, they're low pressure, and they remind me that painting doesn't always have to be about getting it right. They sharpen our composition instincts. They help us trust our decisions, and, you know, they make space for unexpected ideas to pop up. Plus, you know, reacting to what's already on the page means you're constantly making discoveries instead of getting stuck in decision-making mode. And to me, that's exciting. And that's what makes painting fun for me. So if you're feeling stuck, here's another one of those paintings, some close-ups of the ones, another example here. If you're feeling stuck, grab some paint, you know, a stick or the handle of a brush and a couple markers, if you have them, and try a few of these loose, intuitive abstracts. You might be surprised at how quickly your energy shifts. And here's the last one. See if you can see an animal in this. So I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment and tell me if you've tried something similar to this. And if you found this helpful, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much again to Joe and Nora for their super thanks. Thanks for watching, and keep on painting.